The Dallas Cowboys, man, oh man, they need to get this Pickens situation sorted out very quickly. Because last time I heard they putting the franchise tag on Pickens. Let's talk about it. Welcome in, everyone. If you don't know me, I go by the name of Smack Talk, and there's two things that you must do. Hit that like button and hit that subscribe button. So, it's official. According to multiple sources around the internet, around the web, Dallas Cowboys has placed the franchise tag on George Pickens. Now, this franchise tag is worth about $28 million, I believe, and I am not opposed of it. But what I am opposed of is waiting so long to get this guy his money. Now, George Pickens have had a career year with the Dallas Cowboys, hitting over 1,000 receiving yards. And there is no way that you come out of this season and you sit in your office and you tell yourself, hey, we're going to franchise tag George Pickens. We don't want to pay him yet. We're going to franchise tag him again. So, I don't understand, not necessarily again, but I don't understand to the measure of this guy having a career year. Why don't you go ahead and sign him? You go ahead and sign him, give him his money, give him a 3-4 year. You're solidified on that offensive side of the ball. You got a good quarterback. You got two great wide receivers that's solidified for the next 3-4 years. Why not take that route? Now, George Pickens, don't get me wrong. In the beginning, he kind of had he had a little hiccup. He was going back to that crash out Pickens for a moment. But hey, I don't blame him. Everybody has their own character when things don't go right in the sports that you're in the sport and do things that you love. Everybody has their own outburst, and it is different for everybody. But what I'm trying to say is Jerry Jones to sign this man. We should have signed him. There should no way we should even be hearing about no franchise tag. I'm not opposed of it, like I said, but I would rather sign him, get it over now, than rather wait and then this price tag go up, and because that's the only thing that I can think that's going to happen. Why wouldn't it happen? If he has another great season, you think, come on now, guys, signing this man in 3-4 years is going to be even more expensive. Why wouldn't it be? His agent is David Mogetta. No, would you look at that? So I definitely think George Pickens and his addition to the Dallas Cowboys ever since we signed him has been great. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, he had a hiccup in the beginning where he kind of had an attitude problem on the sideline. But hey, you get him the ball and you let him work, he gonna do what he need to do. And that's one thing I love about George Pickens. And I definitely think the Dallas Cowboys need to take responsibility, and they need to realize what they have on their what they have on their hands. They need to go ahead and get him signed and stayed in Dallas with that star on his helmet, because George Pickens has been a great addition to the Dallas Cowboys offense. We don't, and don't forget, guys, we don't need to take away from this offense. We don't need to take away. We don't need to touch the offense. We need to take everything that we have in the draft, everything that we're using as capital, whatever the case may be. We need to take that and apply that to the defensive side of the ball, because this offensive side of the ball and his name go by George Pickens. I'm going to tell you now, bro, is with it. We need to get him signed. We need to keep him signed. We need to put him in Dallas for a very long time. Point blank, period. I'm going to just put it like that. Now, one thing that I can say about the Dallas Cowboys situation is CeeDee Lamb clearly does not care that if all else fails, if George Pickens makes more money than him, he's okay with it. And I love that about CeeDee Lamb's character, because he knows sometimes one guy, they get paid more than the next. They have an emerging year at the right time, at the right year, and they end up getting paid more. And I'm not opposed to that. And I respect CeeDee Lamb for that, but I'm going to tell y'all now, we need to get George Pickens signed. That keeps this offense afloat, keeping George Pickens on one side, CeeDee Lamb on the other. And then we have that array of Ryan E. Flournoy and so on and so forth. Kevontae Turpin. We need to keep that. Those are things that we need to think about beforehand, before the draft gets here. We need to just come into the draft not thinking about the offense. Let's think about what we had problems with. Yes, you got a whole new defensive coaching staff. You got a whole new defensive coaching staff. And I hope Jerry Jones don't come in this thinking, oh, I got a new coaching staff on the defense side of the ball. That's enough. And come in here and draft offensive players. Now, that's something we don't need. So I hope you don't have that type of mentality. We clearly know that we need defensive players. We need defensive players to fit Christian Parker's scheme. We need someone that can come in and Christian Parker can grow to be somebody that's going to be great. That's what we need in Dallas, point blank, period. So down in the comments, let me know, what do we think about this George Pickens situation? Because like I said, I'm not opposed of just tagging him. We tagged him and, hey, we can't do nothing about it. But we should have signed him. 3-year, 4-year deal. We should have just gave it to him. Boom. That would have been over with. CD and George Pickens solidified in Dallas for multiple years. That would be a great addition to Dak. And Dak got what? Couple more years left on his, whatever he gonna do. So we'll be right here talking about it again. So let me know down in the comments. And with that being said, guys, don't forget that like button and subscribe button. And until next time, deuces.